Let's dive right in. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down an incredibly intense rescue mission that ends with a totally stunning betrayal. Today, we're looking at episode 4 of the dramatic script for the mystery series The Raven Files, an episode titled The Missing Witness. This one is absolutely packed with tension, split-second decisions, and a twist that literally reframes an entire 10-year investigation. If you're into seeing how a mastermind manipulates a team of investigators right into a corner, well, you're in for a wild ride.
We're dropping right into the deep end here because the story doesn't waste a single second. It opens with this text message sent directly to our protagonist, Ethan, and it's bone-chilling. Come alone if you want to see her alive. This text confirms the absolute worst. Director Sarah Bennett has been kidnapped. Right out of the gate, our criminal mastermind, the Raven, is isolating the team leader and totally preying on his sense of duty. Ethan immediately grabs his jacket, basically saying that if Sarah dies because of him, he'll never be able to live with himself.
All right, let's get into section 1, the Raven's Trap.
To really grasp the rapid escalation of this rescue mission, you just have to look at the timeline. At 0 hours, Ethan gets that terrifying text. Only 5 minutes later, Lucas manages to trace the signal to the outskirts of Chicago. And within just 1 single hour, Ethan, Maya, and Lucas are pulling up to a deserted train station. It brilliantly shows their sheer panic. They are moving so fast to save Sarah that they are charging completely blind straight into enemy territory. And honestly, it's exactly the kind of panicked, reckless response the Raven was counting on.
So they arrive, and the trap is perfectly set. The script paints this incredibly eerie picture. You've got pouring rain, broken windows, rusted tracks. But the scariest part is the absolute dead silence in the main hall. Maya even says the place just feels wrong. And then they find her. Director Sarah Bennett is tied to a chair, sitting right in the center of the room. Ethan sprints forward. Maya screams for him to stop, but it's too late. A red laser light snaps right onto Sarah's chest. She is rigged to a bomb. Moving right along to section 2, a deadly ultimatum.
Underneath that chair is a digital timer, and it reads exactly 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That anchors the tension so well because every single second suddenly matters. Ethan starts frantically examining the device. Lucas hooks up his laptop, and boom, they find out the bomb is highly encrypted. The life or death pressure is just instantly dialed up to 11. Suddenly, this old television flickers on, and the Raven's distorted voice echoes through the whole station. The screen splits into 2 feeds. This sets up the ultimate trolley problem for Ethan. On one side, we have his boss, Director Sarah Bennett, sitting right there in front of him. On the other side is a terrified guy locked in a dark room. The Raven reveals this man is Michael Turner, the missing witness. This guy isn't just a random hostage. Michael is literally the only person who saw the Raven's face 10 years ago. So what do? Do you save your kidnapped director, or do you save the key witness who could finally bring this villain down once and for all?
The psychological torture here is just off the charts. The Raven's broadcast is so messed up. He tells Ethan, you may save only one, Director Bennett or the witness. It's an incredibly cruel ultimatum. To make it worse, Sarah is actually begging Ethan to save the witness because she knows Michael can stop the Raven. Meanwhile, Michael is on the screen desperately screaming not to be left behind, and that countdown timer, it just hit 3 minutes. It is a vicious, brilliant setup designed to completely break our protagonist. Let's look at section 3, Race Against Time. Ethan closes his eyes, remembering how he failed to protect people a decade ago and decides he is not going to fail again. He refuses to play the Ravens' twisted game. Instead of choosing one life over another, Ethan makes a massive tactical call and splits the team. Step 1, Maya and Lucas stay right there to hack the encryption and save Sarah. Step 2, Ethan is going solo to find Turner. Maya tries to talk him out of it, but Ethan is already out the door. He completely rejects the villain's rules. But how does he even know where to go? Well, Ethan uses visual and audio clues hidden right there in the Raven's broadcast. Operating on pure adrenaline and raw detective instincts, he pinpoints Michael to his second location, an abandoned warehouse over near the Chicago River. Ethan kicks down the door of this booby-trapped warehouse and spots Michael chained to a pipe in the pitch black. You'd think this is the big rescue moment, right? Wrong. The second Ethan gets there, Michael screams, "You have to leave, it's a trap." It's this heart-stopping beat right before the real danger, and the true twist of the whole story smacks us right in the face. Which brings us to section 4, the shocking betrayal. As Michael is screaming for him to run, Ethan hears footsteps echoing behind him. He slowly turns around. A shadow emerges out of the darkness. The guy's face is totally hidden under a hood. The pacing slows way, way down here to build an agonizing amount of suspense. Ethan is staring face to face with the architect of all this chaos.
The stranger lowers his hood, and Ethan just freezes. It's Daniel Hayes. This is the twist that rips the floor out from under both Ethan and us. The emotional devastation happening here is wild. Daniel Hayes isn't some random hired gun. He's Ethan's former partner, a guy everyone thought was gone, just standing there breathing. He's alive, and he is directly involved in kidnapping Sarah and torturing Michael.
Daniel just stares cold-bloodedly at Ethan and drops this absolute chiller of a line. "You should have stopped looking for me." Before Ethan can even process what is happening, Daniel vanishes back into the shadows. A split second later, a massive explosion rips through the warehouse. The booby trap goes off, and the whole building starts coming down right on top of Ethan and Michael. Through absolute chaos, Ethan grabs Michael, and they barely, and I mean barely, make it out before the roof caves in. Outside, the dust settles, sirens are wailing, emergency trucks are everywhere. Maya comes running up with the best news possible. The bomb was defused, Sarah is safe. Technically, the rescue mission worked, but Ethan is just standing there in total shock. He looks at Maya and tells her Daniel is alive. He wasn't kidnapped at all. He's been working for the Raven. But hold on, because the hits keep coming. Michael, who is pale and shaking, interrupts them. He looks at Ethan and drops a total narrative-shattering realization. "No," he says, "Daniel Hayes isn't working with the Raven. He is the Raven. The very guy Ethan rode with, his own partner, has been the mastermind pulling the strings the entire time." Which leaves us with this huge, provocative question. Has Ethan spent a 10-year investigation hunting his own partner? This cliffhanger changes literally everything. Every dead end, every trap they walked into, every failure. It might have all been orchestrated by the guy sitting at the desk right next to him. It's brilliant, it leaves you completely hooked, and I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to see how they handle this in episode 5. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.